Yeah, Pape asked me once to do a presentation about strategy. How boring is that? So I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry for talking about strategy, but I thought I could add some fancy animations like this. Maybe it makes better. In Germany, there is a big e-commerce shop. It's called Zalando. And when I'm talking about strategy, I want to talk a little bit about this. So I think in the US you don't know Zalando, right? In other countries, who knows Zalando? Quite a little bit. So they're kind of an aggressive startup in e-commerce. We will talk about this. So, but first, who am I? My name is Andre. I'm from Germany. I've written this book, Conversion Optimierung, which is actually in German. So sorry for you guys. Anybody speaks German? A little bit. I also do a conference in Germany. It's called Conversion Summit. And I have a blog that it's called Konversionskraft, which sounds really German. I'm sorry for that. we have all these words. You know the saying with the butterflies? You know, butterfly is such a nice animal. It's beautiful. That's why it's called butterfly. And in French, it's called papillon. What a nice word for a nice animal. And in German, it's called Schmetterling. Schmetterling, yeah. So it's Konversionskraft. It's like Schmetterling. So some marketing blah, blah, blah slides. Let's come to the point. First thing, what I want to talk about it. I'm sorry that now that you named your conference Conversion XL, my conference is called Conversion Summit. It's a shitty name. I'm so sorry, but conversion rate optimization. Yeah, no. This is what some ugly people do, sitting in the cellar, moving some buttons, A/B testing them. No, it's not about conversion rate optimization. And another thing, a lot of times, so thanks for mentioning that, Pip, it's not about testing. Optimization is not testing. And I will tell you later more about this. And I would say 90% of all test results are a lie. I'm sorry to say that, and I will explain why and what you can do against it. So, first of all, I don't know if you can realize what's on this picture. If you do, please be quiet. Don't tell your neighbors. Anybody knows this picture already? Okay, some of you know it. So who of you that doesn't know it? Who can see clearly what there is on this picture? Please lift your arm. Okay, 3, 4, 5, 6 people. That's a bad conversion rate. So I will change contrast a little bit. Some people think actually this is Spain here, so it could be a satellite photo, or this could be a duck or whatever, a bush. But no, it's a cow. This is a cow. Who sees the cow right now? Quite more. This is conversion optimization. Explain people what to do. So for anybody else, there's the eye, here's the nose. Who sees the cow right now? More people. For everybody else, you're normal. If you don't see the cow, you're still normal, okay? Everything's okay. Here's the cow, you see? This is the cow. Who still doesn't see the cow? Okay, thank you. Why do I show this picture? Because it's all about patterns in our brains, you know? So if something is not inside our brain, we can't recognize it. Our brain needs a pattern to realize something. So it's like seeing the other side of something. And today I want to talk about like the other side of conversion optimization. So to come back to the point, this is the shop, Zalando. And if you want to shop for shoes, that's why I said Germans are not funny. This is so creative. In German, Boot, Stiefel, or boat, a boat is kind of similar. So they call this teaser in German Boats Parade. Haha. No, nobody's laughing, yeah, because it's not funny. And if you want to shop shoes, look at that. I just want to buy some shoes. This is not Photoshop, this is real. So, yeah, sorry for that. This is page 1 of 141, sorry you can't see it. So you can shop a lot of shoes there, and that's kind of the problem, you know. If you have to do conversion rate optimization for this shop, what would you do? Nobody knows. The funny thing is, if you look at that stats, I don't know why the titles of my slides are not showing. Can you change something? No. That was an honest answer, thank you. So these are the growth curves for top 10 e-commerce websites in Germany. How sad is this? Look at that. That's Amazon in Germany, and this is second biggest player called Otto, very German, and this is all the rest, like number 3, 4, 5, 6. So this could continue like this, and nothing would happen. How sad for these people. So, and these are not some bullshit ventures. It's big companies, 300, 500, 600 million euros revenue each year, not small ones. There's only one that stands out of these, and this is Zalando. Look at this. This is their growth curve. So, what's my question is, what is the difference between these companies? And it's very easy. Zalando has a big team of around 80 optimizers testing the shit out of this website each day, and all the others don't have, except Amazon. So, what I want to say is, conversion rate is maybe not the best metric we could use. We are not doing this for fun. It's not that we say we have a testing tool, so what could we test today? I don't know. It's about growth. We do this for improving our business each day. So, and P already talked about process. No, you can leave. It's okay. He talked about a process, and that's the core of it. So we need a process. You know, there's the head of this of this guy, and it's cut off. I'm sorry for that. So if it's a process and we can invest in this process, and the process has an impact on the growth of our business, which means it's money, and the process costs money also. We need a testing tool, we need people who use it, who are researching, and so on. So we have kind of a cost-benefit ratio. So we should do a business plan for optimization. We should not like test around. We should be sure what's the optimal point between investment and impact. So anybody has a business plan? So you should start working on this. Why? This is, so now this is the boring part. Now I'll show you some Excel sheets. Sorry. This is a simple e-commerce business model. So if you had like 2 million net sales per month, you have all these fixed numbers that stay the same. And if you compare two scenarios, one without any conversion improvement, one with 5% improvement per year, you can easily calculate what happens. So if you would be able to have a global uplift of conversion rate of 5% per year, you would at the end have a little bit more money, okay? That's what this diagram says. But if you look at profit margin, then you see, oh, that's already a big amount of money. So the cost of not testing properly and not getting this global 5% uplift is already $500,000. The problematic thing about opportunity cost, you're familiar with this word? Yeah? So the problem is it's real cost, it's there. You just don't see it. It's not in your accounting. It's not in your annual report or something like this. But it's there. Because if you would have the money, you could buy this new Lamborghini or whatever. But you have not the money because you're having real opportunity cost. And why? Because you're doing 3 or 4 or 5 tests a year, but you're not getting the 5%. And I have to tell you something else. 5% is not enough. If you want to have a growth rate like Zalando, you need to do more. So we need a challenge, okay? But look at this boy. if you look like this boy with a challenge, you're already lost. You should look like this boy, yeah? So let's compare a 5% improvement with a 25% improvement. So that's where the fun begins. This is what happens in revenue, and this is what happens in profit margin, okay? This is already 2.2 million euros or dollars, doesn't matter, in opportunity cost. 2.2 million. It's profit, not revenue. It's money you could have. So when Pip is talking about discipline and real hard work, he's right. That makes the difference. And I would say that makes the difference in successful organizations that are optimizing properly and organizations that test around a little bit. The thing is, for testing properly, you need resources, you need a lot of money, you need a lot of trust from the people that invest in this program, okay? So, if you do it, you could keep the 2.2 million, or you could reinvest this in their optimization. And that's exactly what Zalando is doing. So they're dominating their market. All the traditional retailers in Germany, they're really afraid about them. They fear Zalando. So, first lesson. It's not about conversion rate, it's about growth. We have a bigger goal. And that's what I would like to add to Pip's slides. I would say you not only need a process, you need a goal, a real goal. And management should believe that this goal is reachable. And they should give you the money you need to reach this goal. Set these goals properly. You can tell somebody, yes, we can get 15%. So if you get at the end the 25%, people will love you. But if you're going for the 25% and you reach only 15%, people will hate you. So be careful with this. And measure the right things. Measure everything is right. But you should measure more. Measure your process. To have a process is the beginning. But measuring the efficiency of this process is the base for improving the process. So, and that's why we are optimizers, okay? We should even optimize our optimization process. So at the end, you should ask yourself, where do the best hypotheses come from? From user research, personas, web analytics? So you can control your investment, things like this. And this nice guy, also very loved in Germany for his success from all the other retailers. Not really. He already told his secret success formula, and he did this 10 years ago. 10 years ago. And there are all these conferences where classical, traditional retailers are sitting, and they're really depressed, you know. So if I show this picture, they start to cry nearly. And I say, come on, guys. He told you his secret. You just have to do it. It's so easy. And this is the real Zalando effect. Look at this. Green is a traditional shoe retailer making nearly 300 million a year. Somebody said, yeah, come on, let's get the 300 million. Yeah, we did it. Zalando Blue did not exist. 2010, even better. But, oh, Zalando, who are these guys? Oh, a startup maybe. First, they have to earn money. So until then, they're not a threat. And then look what happened, 2011. Bam! I think that was the first year where the management of this traditional retailer was kind of shocked, you know? And this is what happened 2012, okay? That's the difference between having a plan or having a process and a plan to having no plan at all. That's the difference. And that's why I think conversion rate optimization is a word that sounds much too small for what we really do. So what's the problem? Why is not everybody doing his 20, 30, 40% increase each year? Sounds easy. What's the problem? I tell you. You could do, for getting 25%, cumulated global conversion rate uplift, you could do 10 tests each with 2.5%, right? Right? Does it accumulate like this? No, it doesn't. Of course not. So let's get on the security side and let's do 10 tests with 5% each, okay? If we add these numbers, it's 50%. Whoa! Also doesn't work because, of course, not all the tests are successful. So maybe we should do like 20 tests with each 5% uplift. So we're really on the secure side of it, okay? What's the problem with this? I found it really interesting that you had this questionnaire at the beginning and people said how many tests they did. So who is actually doing more than 20 tests a year? Lucas, you don't count in, I'm sorry. That's good, that's good. And what's your success rate? Do you get the 50%? Who gets more than 50% with a significant uplift? There's the problem. That's it. So, I would say, first, congratulations for everybody that does more than 20 tests. But to get them also significantly with a positive uplift, that's the hard thing to do. And I have to say, most organizations are much too lame to do that. Because doing all these tests is really expensive and complex. And you know what organizations hate? Costs and complexity. It's much more difficult than turning the AdWords wheel. So this is what most people do. So let's buy 25% more traffic. That's the problem. So at this point, most of the people ask, but why is he talking about 5%? 5%? In the last case study, I was so happy, Pep, that you were talking about a 5% uplift. Most case studies, they talk about 45, 80, 250, 800% uplift. Woo! So 5% sounds kind of, really unsuccessful, right? The thing is, if you look at case studies, first, not everything is measured right, and second, a lot of people optimize for email subscriptions, downloads, things like this, maybe you also. If I'm talking about 5% uplift, I mean a global revenue uplift. So that makes a difference. And the second thing, a lot of people stop their test as soon as the tool said, I hate these tools. Why do they do that? They say, woohoo, winning variation found. Now you can stop your test and run to your boss. This is like seppuku, you know this Japanese ritual self-murdering. Why? It says A/B test, you know. This is your A/B test, on the left and right is reality. That's the problem. You go to your boss saying, we have a 70% uplift, and your boss will trust you. He will say, yeah, because you're a good employee and he's a good boss. So we say, good, well done, let's roll out this stuff directly. And then he will sit on his monitor, pressing F5, 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 F5 to see in his business intelligence system the lift. He wants to see the 70%. He's waiting for the 70%. And maybe after several days he will see, I'm sorry, I can't feel the uplift. That's what happened. Then you're dead, okay? So that's not the way to get the big budget for optimizing. Why? You have your two variation, or your control, blue, your variation. And after 1 week it says, yeah, 10% uplift, you're done, significant, stop it. So what would happen if you run it longer? Let's see, it goes like this, and it says, oh, only 3% uplift, that's not significant anymore. So you should maybe even run it longer. Sorry, the screen's finished there. And that is what I want to say. You need to run your experiments much longer than your testing tool tells you. This is really important. That's why I say 90% of test results are a lie. Look at that. That's a test with VWO, old version, that a client wanted to do. And it had 106% uplift after 1 hour. And guess what happened? Client called us, please stop the test. Said, why? Oh, we need to report good numbers to the management. Said, no, that's not what it's about. Let's wait for it. Look at the numbers. It's it's 12 versus 25 conversions. From a mathematical point of view, this is a significant difference. But this does not mean that your data is valid at this point. So look what happens after 1 day. It's only 9%. Client was really sad, really sad. And I said, don't be sad. This is a 360 million euro business, and 9.606% is still 36%, 36 million euros each year. And guess what? I still think it's not valid because it's only 1 day. So after 2 days, client said, I told you it's around 10%. So now the test's calibrating, something like this. People have their fantasies. I would say this is like cognitive dissonance because they made their variation, so they believe it's better, so the data has to show that it's better. So let's stop the test until the opposite comes up. This is what happened on day 3. Only 3%. And we said, no, keep it going. I mean, still 10 million euros, a lot of money. And after 7 days, it recovered. And VWO said again, it's significant. 8.68% uplift. Who would stop the test right now? Oh, sorry, my questioning was maybe too obvious. Yeah, that's not the end. After 14 days, 2.4%. After 4 weeks, nearly 1%. So this is what happens when you stop your tests too early. And why? I would say from a market research point of view, your sample size is not representative. You don't have enough weekend traffic. People have more money on the beginning of the month than on the end, so that changes their behavior, things like this. So you need more time. And I compare this to this story that Brian Eisenberg told once. That's how it sounds to me when people are doing A/B testing. It's like the underpants gnomes. You remember them from South Park? Anybody? Remember? Yeah. They had this plan, this secret plan that is collect underpants, phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3 profit. Okay? So, for most people, A/B testing is like this, yeah? Let's A/B test something, we get some profit. No, okay? So, I would say 70% don't know that there is a phase 2, how you turn A/B test results so that you get profit. And 20% have no answer or don't know that there's a question mark. Only 10% have an idea that there is a problem and that what you measure an A/B test is not the thing you have on your bank account, right? So this is something you could expect when you do e-commerce testing. These are average uplifts from e-commerce optimization. But because we are in an agency, we exactly suffer from that pressure that Pep told in his talk before. Of course, people have high expectations, so we invest even more in building hypotheses and things like this. So, second learning, I would say it's about effectiveness. Growth is not only about efficiency, it's about effectiveness, which means do the right things. So, if you really want to move something, you need great hypotheses. You need to have good test results. So do the right things, invest more in research, and find out what really happens on your website. I know too many people that are testing around saying, you know, this is our template, we could move the box from this to that position. How should that affect user behavior? It won't. So, don't do it too fast with stupid ideas, quickly test it, too early stop the test. That only will burn your ideas. Okay, so part 2. Are you serious? Damn it, sorry. Out of time. So where do good optimization ideas come from? This is a website we analyzed like 10 years ago, travel website. And I said, yeah, our conversion rate is nearly 0%. So we have the feeling that this thing here is much too complex. Can you do usability research? And yes, we did it, but like 20 people, and 20 people could do it. Like they had a conversion rate of 100%. So we changed the setting and made a difference. And these are 3 travel websites. Where would you buy? This is a completely different question. And then the website of our client had 0% because everybody would like to buy somewhere else. And we could find out why. What are the triggers that make a decision in the user's mind? So we asked, why would you buy here or there? And this delivered really good hypothesis for us. So this is the usual neuromarketing slide that should mean people decide unconsciousness which of these websites is the best. They have a feeling. Sometimes they have a story in their mind. And this is why I would like to say to do conversion optimization is like a flat tire. If it's flat, you don't need to measure the pressure to find the reason why it's flat. You have to find out why it is flat. And this means you have to do qualitative analysis. And I would say too few conversion optimizers do really good qualitative research. If you have both, that's like the sweet spot. If you really understand people and you can prove it with data. Most realities of people is like that. We send traffic to a website, we measure what comes out of it with analytics. So this is like a feedback loop, right? And our client is happily looking at the website, credit card ready to buy. That's what we believe, yeah, in our naive fantasy. That's not how it is. The reality is like this, you see. People watch a website, ask themselves, should I click here? Then they decide if they click or not, move their hand, click, and that's what we measure. And this happens 100,000 times each day or week or year, whatever. Way too complex to understand. If we're doing A/B tests, we are not measuring changes on the website. We are measuring that human behavior changed for a group of people. And we forget this because we're all the time sitting in front of our website. So we know 99% about this and only 1% about the people and why they do this. So this is a test of Facebook. I'm sorry, now you don't see it. It's a Facebook deactivation page. And if you ask people how to optimize this page, most people say, yeah, we could remove the confirm button or put it to the left or make a little text link. No, we could hide the complete website. Whatever, doesn't work. What Facebook did is change the motivation of the people. They asked themselves, why are they at Facebook? How can we keep them there? So we can work with their motivation being in contact with their friends, and that's what they did. They said, if you leave Facebook, your friends can't be in contact with you. Tim will miss you, you see? But they don't know that Tim is the reason why I want to leave. He looks like a stalker a little bit. So, yeah. But you know what I mean? They work on the motivation, not on the template. That's the difference. Don't think in templates or design. Think in user's motivation and how to change it. So this is what this model should show. Don't work on the lower level. Are people able to buy here? Yeah, it's not all about accessibility, things like this. Maybe if you're working on a mobile website. But work on this medium level, on the motivation of people, because this has ROI. And if you're really good, do it like Amazon. Amazon is a habit. That's why it's that successful. Or Apple. It's a brand. That's why it's successful. So this is ROI killer. We developed a framework with all these factors that change motivation of people. So this is like a questionnaire that asks what happens in each step. You could use it. So, for example, one question is that the right site for me? Every user asks itself, is that the right site for me? Is that for people like me? And I show you some Scandinavian examples, and all these Scandinavian guys here, please, be quiet. So, what do you think, all the people, what's that website all about? What is it? Amusement park, yeah. Somebody said bank. That's good. Why do you think it's a bank? Risk. That's also my first association with a bank. If I'm searching for a new bank, I say, wow, bank, risk, great bank. Yeah, I take this. No. Or look at that. That's also a bank. Yeah. I feel like a drugged rabbit today. Go to this bank. Or This one I really like. The relationship bank. Who wants to have a relationship with his bank? Nobody wants to have a relationship with this bank. This guy wants a relationship with this girl, okay. I don't know who is the bank and who is the... Anyway, so much hidden messages in website design, okay. So, oh sorry, this is in German, let's go. Or more questions, like we know all these psychological things. We could use them, yeah, like reason why. This is the second best German e-commerce website. Why should I buy there? Anybody thinks it's cheap? Anybody thinks it has a high customer service? Maybe quality leader. Yeah, you're right. Nothing of that. You don't know nothing about them. They're nothing. They're not cheap. They're not good. They're nothing. So the thing is, they have a 24/7 hotline. You could call them on Christmas Eve, ask where's my package. They will answer your question. But where is it? It was not on top of the website. It's below the SEO text. There is the hotline, you know. And of course, this is crappy. Nobody thinks that this is a good shop for me. And this is why I like Zappos so much. This is Zappos. And look how many square pixels they're using for value propositions. And I'm sorry, you can't see 20% of them. It's all full with customer service and full with value propositions, even in the footer. I like that they have their corporate values in the footer, and you can click on it and see it. So I think that's a good job. But most websites, Dell could be German. Dell could be a German website. Look at this. I'm sorry, this is German. This is the German Dell website saying, you made some mistakes in this form. Amount of mistakes, 10. What the fuck? And this is, yeah, and this is where every single dollar has to go through this form. And when I make a mistake, it has all this red text saying, like this is. It says the selected payment method can prolong the delivery time of your smart selection system. Maybe it's nothing for you. Maybe you're too dumb to buy here. Yeah. So I would say this is why forms, it's not about only usability, it's about corporate behavior. This is behavior. Imagine this is a real scene in real life. No, you can't buy it. No. So, and this is why I love Booking.com. You will hear more about them, I think, in this conference. Not only because they play the scarcity game very well. They tell me, Andre, you're a booking genius, honestly. You saved so much money. You're a booking genius. You get another 10% off. Yeah, I am a genius. Yes. Yeah, thank you. And they say, congratulations. They give me good news. That's it. They said, you found the fucking cheapest room at this hotel. Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. Okay. And if I spell my name, they say, yeah, you can spell your name correctly. How amazing is that? How amazing is that? So I really want to buy this. So I would say conversion optimization, it's about growth, it's about value propositions. But at the end, if you want to motivate people, it's about getting a good feeling in their mind, okay? That's what it is all about. So, close to the end, Lecho. Close to the end, yeah. This is a process. This is our process. And of course, it means I would add define a goal to the process. It's important. Measure your stuff, analyze it. If you do this, you will find a lot of things. You will learn a lot of things. So build a backlog, like Pep showed in Excel. That's how our backlog looks like. And if you want to rate the impact of your hypothesis, only test the best things. Ask yourself, that's what I change. Okay, is it like bold enough that people will see or realize the difference? Like you can deconstruct the factors of impact with this question, so you get a better rating. You can ask yourself, does the variation have enough contrast to change the behavior? When next time somebody says, put the button here, and you say, yeah, but does it really affect behavior? Oh, no. Then don't test it. Do you use psychological principles? All these hundreds of biases and psychological principles, they're nothing else than A/B tests that psychologists already did for you that you can use. It's principles you can use. That gives an extra bonus, okay? And of course, that means, is it on the primary path of conversions? Is there enough traffic on the website that I'm testing? So prioritize your stuff, and last but not least, measure it correctly. Sorry, I'm fast, right? That's fast. Yeah. This is a website that sells shoes. It's a 180 euro shoe. It's now reduced, 109. But at the end, last time I told this, there was somebody from Nike in the audience. I was really sorry because I always say it's a piece of plastic. It smells like plastic. It feels like plastic. It does not feel like a 180 euro shoe, to be honest. So what we did is we improved this design first, bigger picture, things like this, things what optimizers do. And we realized this is reduced. Why should I buy this shoe right here? So if you're having a good hypothesis, it should directly be connected with the user's behavior. First reason, it is reduced. It is cheap. So we could enhance this by using color codes like the swiper of a price signal, showing how cheap it is. This could be one reason why I would buy this shoe here. But another reason is it looks like a piece of plastic, but it has play fast and play strong inserts. How amazing is that? Ever had a shoe that has that? It also has fly-wire technology. I only thought airplanes have that. You can have a shoe with a fly-wire technology. That's amazing. So this focuses on quality and value propositions. We said people should buy this shoe because it has great features. To be honest, what we wanted to do is we wanted to attract different people. This is why we showed these features. So we had the control, a basically optimized template, a version that focuses on discount, and a version that focuses on quality value proposition. And guess what happens? That's why I say most people only optimize the template. 30% uplift, 13 for the template optimization, 14 for the discount. So now you learn people don't buy it because it's cheap, because of course it's still not cheap. And 43% uplift when you focus on value proposition. That's what I say, fly-wire technology, imagine. So, the problem is, that's what everybody's measuring. Guess what happens? You see a website, great photo, fly-wire technology, all that crazy shit. It was delivered to your home, you open the package, and you look at the shoe, and what do you think? Oh, it looks like a piece of plastic, right? So this is why we also measured the return rate. It's easy. Just put the information about test and variation into the order. Order goes into your business intelligence system, data warehouse, whatever. And then you do a cohort analysis. And then you see control, again, 100%. Template optimization, 243% more returns. Ouch. That's expensive if you're in e-commerce. You know that. Discount, not that much, but this quality stuff, nearly 3 times higher return rates. So that's the hard lesson to learn. At the end, this had a happy end because the return is like €7.50 in cost for this e-commerce guy. So when you look at the bottom line, you see control, again, is 100%. Template optimization does not do anything significantly. Discount does not work at all because a lot of people didn't pay or it went back the money or things like this. But for the value proposition, there was still enough money left. So if you're working on all that process with all that investment and you're doing it right, you're prioritizing everything, then you should measure the right stuff, okay? Because higher conversion rate does not automatically mean that you earn more money. The closer your conversion goal is to your business goal, the better are your results. So, summary, it's about growth, it's about effectiveness. You need to prioritize your hypothesis, and you should work on motivating users. And at the end, measure the right stuff so you're not wrong. That's it from me. As the great David Ogilvy said, if it doesn't sell, it isn't creative. So, thank you very much.